Chapter 1. Whispers of a New Destiny. The apartment was a shrine to solitude, a cave sealed away from the world. The air was thick and stale, heavy with the scent of old instant noodles, dust, and neglect. The only light cutting through the gloom came from a computer monitor, its flickering blue glow painting eerie shadows across a landscape of discarded wrappers and empty drink bottles. On the screen, a battle of gods raged. A shinobi in vibrant orange clashed against a celestial being amidst the ruins of a decimated world. "You have got to be kidding me!" The shout shattered the silence, loud and raw in the confined space. "I waited a week for a 10-minute episode and now this, an ad for workout supplements. Give me a break." The young man slumped back in his worn chair, dragging a hand through his unruly black hair. His name was Ren, a name that felt unfamiliar even to him now. His frame was lean, almost gaunt, and his skin had the pale, wan tone of someone who hadn't felt real sunlight in years. The monitor's glow was the only thing that seemed to bring light to his tired, hollow eyes. There had been another life once, a family, friends, a future that stretched out brightly before him. It had all been erased on a single rain-slicked night by a driver who walked away with a fine and a court date, while Ren was left with a void and a substantial blood money bank account. The world outside had become a cacophony of pain, but here, in the digital glow of anime and games, he could numb the silence. He could forget. "Just look at that power," Ren murmured, his frustration melting back into captivated awe as the ad ended and the battle resumed. Naruto, burning everything he has for that strength. To be able to protect what's important, no matter the cost, to never be powerless again. He leaned forward, completely absorbed, his world narrowing to the epic fight on the screen. He didn't notice the air in the room growing deathly still, nor see the darkness in the corner of the room seem to deepen and swirl. A voice, smooth as oil and cold as the void, slithered directly into his mind. "Do you crave it? That absolute power, to stand above all others, to crush any threat, to ensure you are never a victim again." "Who wouldn't?" Ren mumbled, not yet realizing the words weren't from his speakers. His eyes were glued to the screen. "It's all I've ever wanted." "Then it shall be yours." The voice held a terrifying finality. Ren's head jerked up. "Who said that?" he demanded, spinning his chair around. The room was empty. A primal fear, cold and sharp, lanced down his spine. "Hello, is someone there? Show yourself." His demands were met with a profound silence. Then, an absolute darkness consumed him, not like closing his eyes, but like being unmade from the inside out. His last conscious thought was of the Uchiha crest, spinning endlessly on his monitor. He never heard the news report days later about a young man found deceased in his apartment, a tragic case attributed to poor health and isolation. The world moved on, unaware one soul had been taken, and another journey was about to begin. Konohagakure, the village hidden in the leaves, thrived with vibrant energy, a stark contrast to the dark tomb Ren had left behind. Within the compound of its most formidable clan, the Uchiha, a different kind of tension hummed in the air, one of eager anticipation and nervous joy. The home of clan head Fugaku Uchiha was a hive of quiet activity. Today, the matriarch Mikoto Uchiha was bringing new life into the world. Fugaku Uchiha stood with his trademark imposing stillness, his arms crossed within the wide sleeves of his formal robes. His face was a masterclass in stoic control, the perfect image of an unflappable leader. Yet, the faint, rhythmic tap of his finger against his arm betrayed the anxiety thrumming beneath the surface. "The midwife is the most skilled in the clan, Fugaku-sama," an elder offered, seeking to reassure him. "Mikoto-sama is in excellent hands. All will be well." "I do not doubt it," Fugaku replied, his voice a low, controlled baritone. The tight line of his mouth, however, suggested otherwise. A small, calm presence materialized at his side. "Father." Fugaku's stern expression softened a fraction. He looked down at his firstborn son, Uchiha Itachi. Though only 5 years old, Itachi's dark eyes held a perceptive weight that belied his youth. He was the clan's genius, a beacon of their future. "You have returned early, Itachi." "My lessons concluded. How is mother?" Itachi's voice was quiet, but a thread of genuine concern ran through it. "She is persevering. Soon," Fugaku said, placing a firm hand on his son's shoulder, "you will have a new duty. You will be an older brother." Itachi's perfectly composed expression finally wavered, replaced by a flicker of pure, unadulterated wonder. "A brother." Before Fugaku could respond, a sharp, healthy cry pierced the air from behind the closed shoji doors. The tension shattered, replaced by a wave of relieved smiles and hushed congratulations from the assembled clansmen. The door slid open, revealing a midwife holding a small, swaddled bundle. "Fugaku-sama, Itachi-kun, congratulations. Mikoto-sama is weary but well." Fugaku's composure finally broke, a genuine, proud smile gracing his features for a fleeting second. "And the child?" The midwife's smile widened. "Children asterisk Fugaku-sama, twins, two strong, healthy boys." A murmur of delighted surprise swept through the crowd. Twins were a rare and auspicious blessing. Fugaku's eyebrows rose in shock before settling into an expression of deep, profound satisfaction. "Twins. May I see them? May I see mother?" Itachi asked, his usual reserve vanishing, replaced by an eager urgency. With a nod from the midwife, Fugaku and Itachi stepped into the room. It was warm and smelled of clean linen and faint antiseptic. Mikoto lay on a futon, her face pale and glistening with sweat but illuminated by a radiant, exhausted smile. In the crook of each of her arms lay a tiny, wrapped bundle. "Fugaku," she whispered, her voice weak but overflowing with joy, "look at your sons." Itachi approached on silent feet, his dark eyes wide with awe as he gazed upon his new brothers. They were identical, both with a fine down of jet-black hair, but their demeanors were already starkly different. One was fussing softly, his small face scrunched. The other, however, was awake and preternaturally calm. His dark eyes, still unfocused, seemed to stare upward with a strange, unsettling awareness. Mikoto gently stroked the head of the quieter infant. "This one barely cried," she said, her voice full of adoration. "He's so serene." Fugaku looked down at his expanded family, his chest swelling with a pride that was both deeply personal and strategically clan-oriented. Two new heirs to the Uchiha legacy. Two new sons to shape the future. He could not know that within the skull of the quiet infant, a disoriented consciousness was reeling, struggling to process a flood of new sensory data and a single, terrifying, exhilarating thought that did not belong. What is this? This isn't my room. These people Uchiha Itachi." System initialization complete. Welcome, host. The path to power awaits. The calm baby, who would soon be named and known as Sasuke's twin brother, let out a tiny, confused whimper. His new life had begun.